So normally she's not allowed on the couch, but I thought we'd do a podcast episode on this couch with the backdrop there. I love you, Remi. And talk about my anxiety about moving, feeling overwhelmed. I've been overwhelmed. So we've been wanting to move for a while. Originally we're gonna move with my brother, and then money just wasn't the right time. And then we decided, well, maybe we should just, I guess, try to move on our own with just me and my mom and Remi, right? Well, we seen an apartment. It was nice. The yard was not fenced in. Kind of small, but not, But the landlord at first was like, no, I don't want dogs, which is totally fine, whatever, right? And then he's like, well, I don't want the grass to burn. And I'm like, we'll make sure of that, because apparently his previous tenants, not the one that was in there, but had a dog, left it outside. It caused too much ruckus. So he's like, I don't want your dog to cause ruckus. If she does, you're out in 30 days. So I kind of was like, I don't know if I want to live here. Well, I'm just nervous because I don't want to get kicked out. But Remi's good, right? She's old. Sorry, just getting a thumbnail. I'm excited to move into this place. And I hope everything works out and stuff like that. Which I'm sure it will, because it'll be fun. I mean, that means Remi will get maybe more walks. Can't believe you're 8. Makes me sad that you're getting old. I'm getting off topic because Remi's cute. And she's supposed to be part of this podcast. Yeah. Okay, so I've been overwhelmed a little bit too, because not just money situation, which we have money now, so we're just, I'm just gonna miss this place. I moved in here at first, before my sister moved in a month later. We moved here, I want to say it was the 23rd of November of 2019. I moved here with Angel, Buddy, and Buster. Sorry, not Buddy. Buddy passed away at the old house. Okay, Angel, Remi, and Buster. My cat, Angel, the orange fluffy cat. My pug, Buster, and Remi. And then when my sister moved in on December 1st, which happened to be this one's birthday, crazy, right? So Egypt, which was my sister's Husky Bull Mastiff mix, my sister's gray cat, Bella, moved in. So we had that many, which is fine, right? It was great. I loved living here. I had my nephew here. We'd go swimming when we had a pool. We'd go to parks. We'd go to restaurants. We hang out, play ball or some other thing. Whoa, look at the birds. Sorry. And everything. We had dinners. We had barbecues. It was so much fun. And I personally don't like change. At the same time, I do. Also, we have a mall, 15 minutes, so we go there sometimes as well. Something different, and it was only us two, me and my mom, and my sister and her husband deserves a break from us, Not saying we're paying, but so, and my nephew. I am gonna miss him, and Vinny. Oh, and then after Buster passed away, Vinny, the Cane Corso mix, my sister got. So then it was Egypt, Remi, Angel, Bella, and then Angel and Egypt both passed away here as well. And so did Buster. Buster passed away before she got Vinny. Is Vinny gonna miss us and Remi? A little bit. Will Remi come and visit? I don't know. Probably not, because who's gonna want to keep driving the dog? I don't know if Remi's gonna come ever visit with Vinny. I hope so. We'll see. If not, Remi would just stay at the apartment and we would come here if we had barbecue. Even though I don't really personally like that. I mean, Remi was, when we lived at the old house, Remi was home alone. Kind of not really when my brother was living there. So he kind of took care of her. But also she had Buster and Angel, my 2 other ones. So she wasn't really alone. And then here, when we moved here and we went a couple places, Remi had Egypt, Angel, Bella, Vinny, and Buster when we first moved here. Buster passed away in 2021. So we just have Remi and Vinny. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna miss them all. I'm sure we'll see each other, but yeah, I'm just gonna miss them, and especially my nephew. And I'm like, I hope I can come and swim once in a while. Sad about it, but I'm excited too because it's gonna be different. I probably will try and get a strawberry plant since it's just gonna be a small apartment. And outside maybe, just to try. I want to do my own garden. I am gonna miss my sister's nice garden food that she has, but that's okay. Um, I might like get basil and grow that as well. We'll see. I'm not sure. I do want to try. I don't know if it's late in the season, especially tomatoes and cherry tomatoes. We will see. It might be late in the season. I still have to do research, but I'm overwhelmed the last couple days because I'm like, I'm gonna miss my nephew, and it's weird because I act like I'm not gonna see him, which is totally stupid of me because I will see him for his birthday, the holidays, maybe in the summer for barbecue. If she has a barbecue. I know maybe one day they'll be moving from here anyways. A change of scenery and try this because I've never really lived on my own by myself. Hi birds. Oh my god, they're just so cute. um I'm trying to navigate. I think it's gonna work. I'm just nervous. And then my brother also said to me, like, oh, Remi doesn't need to come with you all the time, like if I went to go and visit my siblings, which is fine and true, but I just feel like she's gonna be lonely because she's the only animal in that thing. She might be fine, I mean, but she's had other animals and people. Like when I'm out and about and I go uptown or I go away for like a couple hours and my sister's here, she'll take care of Remi. But like now when we're at the new place, Remi won't have anybody to take care of her, which is fine. I guess we'll just let her out and maybe feed her before we leave if we're leaving, or like feed her when we get back, and hopefully we're not late. Because a couple times we came back at like 9 p.m. So, you know, I'm just, I know Remi can handle herself, and I just don't like leaving her by herself sometimes. But she likes it. But again, like I said, she's had all these animals with her, like Egypt, Angel, Vinny, Buddy, Bella, not Bella, Buddy. Hi, Buddy. Egypt, Remi, sorry, Egypt, Bella, Angel, and Buster, and Vinny. And now it's just gonna be her. I mean, it's technically only her because a couple times I'll not lock her, but like close her up in my room, and Vinny will be in the basement. But still, it feels like, she's had people here, like my sister or nephew can let her out and feed her if she wants. But like, I don't know. I know it'll be fine. I know Remi will. But yeah, I don't know. I've been talking to people, and people were telling me like maybe not go with this uh landlord because he's already complaining about like burnt grass and like if Remi causes a ruckus. And I'm like, she's gonna be tied up to us. We're not gonna be like letting her out by herself. Like if I'm out there, she's out here. If I'm inside, she's inside. I'm not gonna leave her out. I mean, sometimes I do leave her out in the backyard here, but I can see her through the window, and then I'll come outside anyway. But this is different. It's not going to be a fenced-in yard. So, and like my friend said, well, you're not going to have Remi for a long time anyways. Like, she could pass away next year. You don't know that. Which I don't want to put that in the universe, but it's true. So the landlord worried about the grass and everything. And plus, we clean up after Remi. So, like, we'll be not ruckus. The thing is, Remi gets excited if she sees people because she wants, sometimes, but she wants to be petted. Sometimes she's quiet, but it's dogs that she gets excited. So we'll just make sure that, she's quiet. I feel like I'm leaving Buster and Angel here. But I'm not. I have their ashes, and their ashes are coming with me. But I feel like we moved in here together, and we're leaving with just Remi, And it's weird. Like, why do you feel that way? Why? Why are you going to, like, their ashes are coming. They're going to be with you. And I'm sure if their spirits will follow us, So, yeah. Hi, Remi. You're adorable. So, like, I gotta navigate and make sure, like, look, you're not, like, I don't know, what is your thoughts? Is that wild and crazy? Like, why I feel like I'm leaving them behind, but yet I'm not, because they're coming with us, the ashes, and they're not physically here. They're not. So I'm not leaving them, you know? But, like, I'm sad about that a little bit, and especially my nephew. I'm going to see my nephew, maybe not every day like I am now, but I will see him. I'm just in my, I'm gonna miss you, blah, 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 blah. Like, my head goes like, oh my god, we're not gonna see them. But we are. Maybe not every day. Like, I'm overwhelmed because this is change. I'm not used to change. So when I was in the hospital, when I hurt my hip, broke my hip, and I was in the hospital for over a month, I cried almost every day because I just wanted to get home. And I thought I was going to miss my nephew's birthday because he was turning, he was turning 10, I think. Or was it 12? No, he was turning 10 because he just turned 12 this year. So he was turning 10, and that's a big milestone, you know? And I'm like, I don't want to miss it. And I was crying. But then my sister and my nephew and that came over on his birthday to the hospital to visit me, which was nice. But at the same time, I'm like, I want to be physically home, not there. But then I was. But also it was changed. Like, I didn't have my family there. Like, I would FaceTime them. Luckily, I was allowed to have my phone. Honestly, if I was not allowed to have my phone and film, like, clips of talking and stuff or whatever, I don't know what I would do. I think I would go squirrely. So, here's the thing. I can FaceTime my nephew when I'm at my house, new place, which is, I'm excited but also nervous. Like, I don't know how this is gonna affect, like, it shouldn't go wrong, but, like, I don't know. This feeling of, like, missing this yard, and, like, right now, like, yesterday, was it yesterday? A little bit, but the other day I was crying, and I sometimes have visions in my head that I can, like, picture a little bit of, like, what this yard used to look like when we first moved in here. And I would see Egypt and Remi and Buster running, Egypt, Remi, and Vinny running, and then Bella, the cat, would occasionally come outside in the backyard only, and then go in the house on her own. But luckily I had Vinny and Remi helping me watch her, and she would never come out here unless I'm out here. And she did pretty good. She stayed in the yard, but then she would go inside. And that would only, not all the time she would do that, but just occasionally. I'm like, okay, I'll let you out. My sister knew that, so she was okay. Like, I don't know, like, I think I'm just gonna it's changed that, like, once I'm there for a couple months, I'm sure it'll be fine. Because, like, I've moved constantly as a child. I've moved from, like, an apartment to a house, to a townhome, to a house, to a trailer. I lived in a trailer for about a couple months, and then I moved into my aunt's house. And then we moved to another house. The other house that I lived in, it was 6 years. And then this house was 6 years. It would have been 7 in November if I've had stayed here. But since we're moving, it's just 6 years. Which is great, you know. I am going to miss this place. Because also, the routine. I have lots of routine. So there's a park near my house, a couple blocks down. So I would walk to the park with Remi or with my nephew, you know. And then also there was a convenience store, Circle K. And that's, I want to say, maybe 15-minute walk to Circle K. And then there's a couple restaurants in the area, and a clinic if you need a clinic. But that's my routine, you know. And also I would meet my nephew there after school sometimes and get him at school and get him a fountain drink, and we'd walk home. My nephew, I think, is going to miss that as well, because he told me he's going to miss me a lot. And my grandma, my mom, and he said that he's going to miss us. Like, we didn't constantly go to Circle K or walk to his school occasionally to get him. We did a couple of times, but we've done it, like, not in the winter or fall, but like in the spring and fall. Sometimes we would go and get him, meet him there, you know. So I'm going to miss the most, and I think he's going to miss, because that's what he told me he's going to miss. And then we talked to crossing guard all the time, and he knows who we are. So a couple times he'd be like, "Hey, where's your grandma?" Oh, she's at work or at home, Oh, okay. Or if we go there, he would say hello to us and talk. Maybe one day we could figure out a ride one day in school time and go to Circle K or go to his school and pick him up and spend time with him maybe a little bit. But, and then the summer, of course, we'll try our best to get here. Maybe he'll come and visit us. Because I do want to go swimming. Like, this pool needs to be swam. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm sad to move because I've been used to change. Really, once I get into the routine of things, will be good. Because even the routines when each animal passed away that lived here, it's the routine still. I had other animals to take care of. So I could have grieved them, which I did, but I didn't grieve them as I should have, basically, because I'd be like, okay, I gotta take care of this animal. I gotta take that one passed away. That's okay. I got other ones to make sure they're happy and not sad, and do things like take her for walks when Angel or Buster passed away, or even Egypt passed away, and play with Vinny, do dog puzzles, all that, and then of course play with Bella, do things to keep the routine, even though it's a little different. There was not that one dog. So now, over 2 years, it was just Remi and Vinny. And now it's just going to be Vinny, which is fine, and then it's just going to be Remi for me. Unless my sister gets animals, because they were talking about maybe getting another dog one day, or a Sphinx cat. I don't know, maybe they won't get it right away, but if they do, that's okay. Right now they do have an aquarium with frogs and a little tiny eel and betta fish. They have a great aquarium with animals. So, and no, they don't have any more animals that live in cages because it was too much. We're gonna be fine. It's the routine it's the fear probably that's taking me no, we shouldn't move, but we should get this little change. Change may need actually to happen to feel better about ourselves, grow. I need to grow and do something different instead of just being, I need to branch out maybe, just do things, just me and Remi, I guess. I don't know. Well, obviously my mom's gonna be there, but I'm nervous because I've never really lived with my mom, just my mom. It's gonna be fine, but my mom's getting old, so yeah, she's gonna be here for a long time. And it's gonna suck too when Remi dies. I always try to prepare myself, even though I know she's not sick. She's pretty healthy. It's just I always go like that, even when my other animals. I'd go, okay, I have to make sure we have enough time together, we do stuff, because one day you're not gonna be here, and I prepare myself, as if they're not living here sometimes, and it's like they're not alive. And I kind of grieve them, even, and then when they die, I grieve again. But I don't know why I do that either. She's 8 years old, so I should have at least a couple more years, hopefully. And then I don't know what I would do because I won't have another animal to take care of. And I kind of wanted to start fostering animals, actually, older, but my mom said no. And this is an apartment, so I don't know. I really, really wanted to start fostering. Because as much as I would love for Remi to have another sibling, a sister, because I've never said, where's your sister? It was always, where's your brother? Which is Angel and Buster. Or, where's your cousin? Which would have been Egypt, Bella, and Vinny. So I kind of wanted her to have a sister as well, but also wanted to foster. And like my siblings said, my brother and sister, you don't really necessarily need a yard anyway, because it's just Remi, and she's fine, and you don't have 2 dogs, or it's just going to be you two. You don't need a big enough house, even though a 2-bedroom house would have been nice. But this apartment will be fine. It's going to be good. I'm just nervous a little bit. I don't want anything to happen to Remi if we leave her behind and someone breaks in, you need to be positive. I don't want her to cause ruckus. She does have a little bit of separation anxiety. So, like, because I've been with her since a puppy. Occasionally, I would go to stores, go to my aunt's, go to my sister's without her at my old house. But she would have my brother sometimes, or, like I said, Angel and Buster. But now it's just going to be her, so she, like, yeah, I guess she's fine because Vinny's always usually in the basement anyways, but, like, she had my sister or nephew, so, like, I don't know. I think it's going to be good for us. A different environment. Remi's going to have fun. Sorry for rambling and kind of complaining, but also I wasn't really complaining because I'm trying to explain how I was feeling in the moment. But I'll probably talk more about it later in a different podcast or in a vlog as well. So stay tuned. But I will say we're not getting the place. We're probably going to move, but not at that place and not for a couple months. So hug and love your pets. Don't stop believing in self. Embrace what today has to offer and every day.